Everybody, welcome back to the Evermore YouTube channel. It's Chris back with a match preview for Newcastle United's upcoming Carabao Cup game against Manchester United this Wednesday at Old Trafford. 8:15 kickoff. Really looking forward to this chance to progress further in the Carabao Cup. We had a great result against the other Manchester club, the good one, Manchester City, in the last round when we put them out at St James's Park after a brilliant second half display from the lads. And I think we can really win this game. I really do. I think it's a great time to play Manchester United. Real issues going on at that football club. We're going to get stuck right into this in a minute. Look at the lineup, talk a little bit about how we think the game can be won, a little bit about Manchester United, and then give you a prediction on the scores. Just a little reminder before we do, if you haven't already, please click subscribe. I'd love you to come and join us. We're over 5,500 subs now. Loads of room for you here on Evermore. Loads of Newcastle United content. Why not click subscribe? You won't regret it. Like the video too if you fancy it. And if you want to be a member, there's an option there as well for less than £2 a month. Cheaper than a pint of lager for loads of Newcastle United crack. Give it a crack. You won't regret it. So let's get stuck in then. So how do I think the lads are going to line up? So off the back of the 2-2 draw against Wolves, hard fought, we are definitely down to the bare bones squad-wise. So there ain't a great deal of changes in this one because, quite frankly, there can't be. So this is the lineup that we went for in the game. A big change to the back four in many ways, really. I think everyone can agree that both Trippier and Byrne look absolutely dead in their arse against Wolves. And I think they did against Dortmund a little bit as well. Especially for Trippier, standards are so high. Normally his passing was wayward, looked a little bit leggy. Byrne got caught behind a few times, especially when Neto ran at him and people like that as well. So I think the two lads need a rest, to be fair. And they're cracking players and key players for Newcastle United, but they do need a rest. Had a lot of football in those 30-plus year legs. So I think a rest is definitely due for those lads. And I brought Paul Dummett back in to the back line as well. I think he was brilliant against Manchester City. He never lets you down, Dummett, really never does. These are the kind of games he loves as well to play. Throws himself in front of anything. He adds real experience at the back as well. Keeps talking to young players and keeping them in line, which is exactly what the likes of Livramento and Hall will need. Now, I've put Livramento in at right back, which I definitely think is one that's going to happen. He was brilliant against Manchester City. That goal-saving tackle really got us the result, in my opinion. But he showed so much in that game. And in all fairness, he could have easily started the Palace or the Wolves game. I think give Trippier a rest, but hence why Trippier's fucked now at the minute, really. But I think Livramento will definitely get a start. I've thrown Lewis Hall in there at left back because I really want to see that. To be honest with you, when we signed Lewis Hall, I was buzzing. I was really excited about what the lad could bring. He looked great for Chelsea in that left wing back position going forward in particular, but even at the back as well, good bit of pace, some good recovery tackles, and I was really excited to see what he can do, but we've not really seen much of him. We did a video recently to ask why he's not playing. Maybe it's the match fitness thing that Eddie wants to get him up to speed. What better chance to give him match fitness and actually play him in a match, Eddie, which I think will be a great one because we need to rest some players, some key players, with a huge couple of games coming up against Arsenal and Dortmund as well. So I think that's a smart move to change things. Obviously, Dubravka coming in goal. I think Pope definitely will be rested for the Carabao Cup. And after that ropey punch, it might be a bad thing taking Pope out the spotlight. I've left the midfield three the same. Could easily be Joe Willock thrown in there, to be fair, to give him minutes as well in his legs. But I don't see many other changes to the midfield because, quite frankly, there isn't enough people there. Anderson's knackered. I just think, that we've not got many players. Tonali suspended. We haven't got many players to come in, really. So that's what I've gone for with those three. The front three of Gordon, Wilson and Almiron is what I've gone for. Again, quite easily, Joe Linton could slip into that front three with Willock coming in to the middle of the park, or even Willock in that front three. There could be some changes there as well in regards to those particular positions. But Isak being out for 5 games is a massive blow, and we're all just praying to whoever God we pray to that Callum Wilson's hamstrings will hold up to all this football over the next week, because it is a massive, massive gamble on Callum Wilson's fitness. But looking at the Manchester United side, they've got a few players coming back. Some of them were on the bench against Manchester City. Some of them came off the bench, not that you would know, because they got absolutely battered very easily by their noisy neighbours. Varane's back, Reguilon's back, Mason Mount's back, Garnacho's back for Manchester United. But they just look like a club in crisis. Really, look at that front three, for example. And I'm looking at a proposed Manchester United 11 here. Onana in goal, again, ropey keeper, take shots from distance, lads, if you can, like said Bruno, Miggy, Wilson, Gordon, take shots from distance, see if anything spills, because the lads are like tracing paper. He's made a couple of good saves recently, but he's been shocking in terms of his time at Manchester United thus far. Darlow can be beaten. I think Gordon's got him beaten for pace, hands down. Varane ain't getting any younger. Maguire's susceptible to pace as well in behind, with likes of Wilson on the shoulder. Reguilon, I think Mickey could take him for a merry dance as well. In the midfield, you've got Amrabat, Ericsson. Legs are getting on as well for Ericsson. He's not going to be up to the task against Bruno or Longstaff's running. He's not going to be able to keep up with that kind of energy. Anthony is just dreadful, to be honest with you. One of the worst signs I've ever seen. I think in Manchester United, certainly in the Premier League, possibly. Mason Mount copy and paste as well. And Højlund can't hit water if he fell off a boat at the minute. So, I'm not overly worried about Manchester United, as you can probably tell, given by the 11 that I've picked for Newcastle there. I think they'd be more worried about us, to be fair, their supporters. And Ten Hag, who is on extremely thin ice, in my opinion. It's no coincidence that the Ajax manager lost his job recently. I don't know if anyone's in for that job yet or not. Let us know in the comments if you know that. But it wouldn't surprise me if Manchester United pulled the trigger on Ten Hag and he fucks off back to Ajax, because at the minute he is a basket case of a club. That club is rotten from the top down. They don't know what's going on. They don't know who's calling the shots, what owners are doing what, and it's trickling down to the pitch. You're signing a mixed bag of players. Nobody seems to understand what the hell is going on. Really poor quality signings. Arguably your most talented player is a standoff with your manager in terms of Jadon Sancho, in terms of the potential that he could be as well, and how much they signed him for. Rashford's completely off the boil, not firing. Bruno Fernandes is horrendous captain. I think he's the worst captain I've seen since the Titanic captain, to be honest with you. I think Roy Keane even said take the armband off him. So this is a great time for Newcastle to play them in the Carabao Cup. When the tie first got announced, we all kind of went, oh, fucking hell, because we just beat Manchester City. But this is a great time to play Manchester United. They're absolutely in pieces at the moment. And I think we could rock up at St James's. We could rock up at Old Trafford, I beg your pardon. Might as well be at St James's Park. The amount of noise we'll make versus their fans, I'm sure, especially if we go in front early. But we could rock up at Old Trafford and we could really, really stick it to these guys. It's a 8:15 kick-off under the lights, but there's pressure growing against Manchester United. All the fans are just completely disenchanted with how things are going, and all it takes is a couple of misplaced passes, a couple of wayward shots, and you'll hear that crowd getting on their backs, and Newcastle can draw off that, and they can grow off that, and I really do think the lads have got enough in that lineup we've just picked to get the job done here. And I'm going for a 2-0 Newcastle United win. I don't think Manchester United will score passes. I really don't. With that back four, I think we're defending quite well against Manchester City, who are a much more talented side than this lot. Even Manchester United's second, third string is more talented than this Manchester United side that will probably be played against us at Old Trafford. So yeah, I'm very confident in this one. I know cup games can throw up some surprises, but I'm really confident that Newcastle will get the victory in this one and progress through to the next round of the Carabao Cup. But let us know in the comments below what you guys think. Do you think our lineup's about right? Do you agree with the confidence that I'm showing? Do you think Manchester United will give us more of a game than what I'm saying they're going to? But I think Newcastle are going to show up and really do this team, because we're a team unified, focused. We know exactly what we need to do. All the players are playing for each other, they're playing for the manager, and you can't say that about Manchester United at the minute. So I'm really excited to see this game, and hopefully the lads will get the victory and move on to the next round of the Cup, with a huge week ahead with Arsenal and Dortmund as well. Loads of football. Our squad is stretched to the maximum. We're down to the bare bones, so we could do with no injuries as well, please God, in this Carabao Cup game. But as I say, let us know in the comments below what you think about the lineup and how you think the game is going to go. We always like to hear from you. If you haven't already, click subscribe. We'd love you to come and join us. We're over 5,500 subs. Loads of room for you if you haven't clicked that button yet. Like the video to help the channel grow. If you want to be a member, check that out as well. It's less than £2 a month. We'll be back with a post-match analysis for the Manchester United game on Wednesday night, and hopefully I will be smiling ear to ear as we progress through to the next round of the Carabao Cup. Have a cracking day wherever you are. We'll see you later. Cheers. Bye.